9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.
It's the Queen Bee of WWT, Wrestling with Honey with
Honey Pop Predictions. Good evening and happy Friday, beautiful people. If you are seeing my face, you know exactly what time it is. It is time for our Honey Night SmackDown watch along, and I'm sorry I'm about 10 to 11 minutes tardy to the party, but nevertheless, we are here for our Honey Night SmackDown watch along as part of Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet. And I am your hostess with the mostest, the sweetest ooze, the Queen Bee of WWT and all things Honey Pop Predictions, Wrestling with Honey. And I will be here hosting you for the next 2 hours as we embark on this lovely SmackDown journey that we are about to get into. And make sure you guys stay tuned, because shortly after that, we will be doing a quick review post show for our Honey Night SmackDown watch along. But I am so happy to be here. Happy Friday to you all. Happy holidays, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Merry Christmas, all the above. Whatever you celebrate, I hope you are safe, blessed, and well, and ready to go for Honey Night SmackDown. We have a lot to get into tonight. We have a couple of matches as well. We have a women's tag team match as well. We also have right now, of course, the Team Move Bloodline, which is probably, well, I guess it's a good thing that I'm a little tardy to the party, because, you know, I'm in no rush to acknowledge Solo Sikoa as my tribal chief, because there's only one man that we acknowledge as our tribal chief here every Friday, and that is Roman Reigns, the OTC. But it seems like Solo might have either a common foe or a common beau in a certain Drew McIntyre, being that they're both on the opposite sides of the fence for as far as Roman Reigns goes. And we know that Drew McIntyre has pretty much a vendetta against anyone who aligns themselves with CM Punk. And let's see what's about to happen here. But shout outs to everybody already here in the chat. I appreciate you guys. Happy Friday. Lewis, Brandon, Jeffrey, Boza, always a pleasure. Bobby, so good to see you. And yeah, we came off of a really, really great show at WWT Live with the crew. It was literally a full house tonight. We had Mayor, Councilman, Courtney, and Boss Lady was in the house, and of course the Professor for our final show of WWT Live before we get into the new year. Now, we are definitely going to be having our watch-along shows, and we're going to have an award show next week. We're also going to be having a debate on the Shield. If you guys remember, earlier this year, we did a debate about the 4 horsewomen. This time we're doing the members of the Shield, and that is going to be so much fun. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Stay tuned for Monday Night Mayor, Tuesday Night Pharaoh, All Elite Courtney, and, you know, all the rest, and Honey Night SmackDown, of course, on Friday. So make sure you guys stay tuned to everything that we got going on Women's Wrestling Talk. We're also going to have new website launching, new merch, so many exciting things in the works. Shout outs to the Boss Lady and Professor, you know, for being the matriarch and patriarch of WWT and doing the work that they do, and to help us, and of course to everybody in the chat for all your support and your love. Please continue to do it, because we thoroughly enjoy it, and you guys are pretty much the reason. But Drew McIntyre, says he'll take out everybody in his hit list as long as you take out Roman for good. And we know that Roman is going to be slated to face against Solo Sikoa, to be facing off against Solo Sikoa January 6th for the preview, for the debut on Netflix. Oh, whoa. Jimmy Uso's there. He just dragged Drew out of the ring, and he's slamming him with his crutch. And mind you, he has a broken toe, y'all. It seems like he does not care. He just clotheslined Drew McIntyre into the timekeeper area, and Drew is making a run for it. Oh, wow. And here we go. That's right. We have a 6-man tag match tonight as well. We have Andrade, LA Knight, and Apollo Crews versus the Timu Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, and Tama Tonga. And they are pretty much giving us a little preview as to what's going to be going down later on this evening. Oh, well, it's kicking off it's kicking off the show tonight. Well, that's fun. Let's dive right in, shall we? We also have Naomi helping Bianca Belair defend the women's tag team championship titles against Candice LeRae and Nia Jax. And we have Grayson Waller. The Grayson Waller effect is going to be happening tonight, and their guest is going to be Braun Strowman, who's been added to the SmackDown roster. If you guys know and remember, Braun Strowman had appeared last week as the special opponent that Nick Aldis had set up for a certain Carmelo Hayes. And also, we are going to get into the aftermath of that crazy finale from Saturday night's main event when Kevin Owens pile drived Cody Rhodes and took him out, and it was very, very chaotic. Triple H even had to get involved. A lot of officials got involved, and Kevin Owens pretty much walked out with the Winged Eagle belt at Saturday night main event. So we're going to get into the aftermath of that. I can assume that Cody won't be here tonight. I would be shocked if he is. But I think Kevin Owens is going to be the one that's going to be doing most of the talking from here on out for a while. The final boss is in the house. Shout outs to you. Boza says that was a great start to SmackDown, but hearing the things Timu Tribal Chief said about Roman was not flattering. He told Roman to get in your boat and go to the island of relevancy and acknowledge me. See, now, I will not tolerate any OTC slander or disrespect, but I am curious as to where he is and to how much, how deeply affected is he really by these words. At this point, I can just imagine he just wants to destroy Solo. I would have no words for him. The sophisticated tribal chief isn't gonna fly around this time. You know what I mean? I think it's time for Roman just to start raising hell everywhere he goes. For sure. Jeffrey says, honey, when do you think we will find out who took out Jade? Will it be when she returns, or will they return? Well, I know that there has been quite a list of names that have come up as to who it possibly could have been. As far as who I think it was, I think it could be one of two people. I think there's one obvious one, and then there's one other obvious one. The most obvious, I think, is that all roads and arrows and everything points to Naomi, but it just doesn't strike me as Naomi's style. It would be quite shocking. It would be something different. It would definitely change the dynamic of the sisterhood of the big three. And I would be interested in seeing how they play that story out. But I don't know what would be the long-term end game goal for that story, especially with the impact that they had alone with the three of them pointing to the sign earlier this year before WrestleMania. So I know that's an obvious one, but the one that I'm really leaning towards is Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair is the only other threatening presence that I know that is on that Jade Cargill level, to the point where if she wanted to, she can hurt Jade, and she's capable of doing so. I think it would be a really cool surprise and a cool shock. I think we're due for the queen to come back. I hope that she's had a great recovery. Um, and I think that it would definitely create some cool long-term storytelling, because when Jade first came in and was signed through the TKO umbrella, she was visiting Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. And when she visited SmackDown, one of the first people that she was introduced to, and Triple H introduced her personally, was Charlotte Flair. And she knew who she was, because Triple H said, I want you to meet. She goes, Jade, I know who you are. It's nice to meet you. And Jade said, it's my pleasure. She says, oh, it will be. And that's the only interaction we've ever had with those two. I can't think of a better way to make a bigger splash than taking out the Storm and recreating a new one. And I think that next Storm would be Charlotte Flair. And we would consider Charlotte Flair versus Jade Cargill natural disasters, because that match is going to be absolutely insane. And I think that would definitely be cool and a long time coming. So I would have to say that I think it's Charlotte Flair. I definitely think. Where is the OTC? Asks Jordan. Jordan, thank you for joining us. I'm not sure where the OTC is at, but I'm sure he would have a lot that he would like to get off his chest, and he needs to have a word with Solo, or just come out and let them fight. But I hope he's here tonight. Benjamin, good to see you. Thanks for joining us, buddy. Appreciate you. Thanks for the support. Bobby asks, could Drew McIntyre from Raw be a transfer in the transfer window for going to SmackDown? I think he could. There's a lot of wrestlers that are listed as going through the wrestling portal. And I think that's pretty cool. Because after a while, it can get confusing around this time of year anyway, because the draft picks wear off. I don't think it should matter anymore, considering that apparently and allegedly SmackDown is going to be back to 3 hours when we get to January. And then is Raw going to be 3 hours again on Netflix? Like, if we're going to get more hours, then I don't see why not, It would be shocking if it was Naomi. Bobby says, I'm glad that we don't have to see Logan Paul on SmackDown. Oh, I'm glad. Let the mayor have him on Monday nights. Gladly. Boza says, Wednesday's Netflix party was good. We found out Honey Night SmackDown won't have to deal with Logan Paul anymore, but Monday Night Mayor will be starting at Netflix. That's going to be so much fun when it happens. Make sure you guys stick around for that. I think that's that Monday night debut on Netflix is something that probably the whole crew should do. Like, I really like, I'm just going to put that out there. I think that's something that we should all be there for and all watch along. So I would love to do it. If the mayor will have me join him, I will happily join in on the festivities for Netflix January 6th. Pachu in the house. Shout outs to Pachu. Boza says he thinks it's Charlotte Flair. She was worried when Jade Cargill showed up, and Jade is coming for the throne. Naomi would be too obvious. She's stepping up for her friend Jade to defend the Women's Tag Team Championship with Bianca. It is too obvious, but you never know, because sometimes they just play it right in your face, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess we are going there. Jordan says, give us Jade versus Charlotte at WrestleMania. I would be totally down for that. The word 9%. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. He says, I think it's Bailey, but hoping it's Bianca. I know it's not, but I want to see her turn heel. Okay. And we know Ms. Bianca EST has had experience being a heel before. But I don't think Bianca would go all this way just to do that to Jade. She's not that type. And if she wanted to challenge Jade, she would do it face to face. She's not a coward, which is why I feel that same way about Naomi. And I'm not calling Charlotte Flair a coward. Charlotte Flair is playing chess at this point. But It could be anybody, guys. It could literally be anybody. Don't take my word for it. I was just answering a question as to who I think it could possibly be. But those are my stories, and I'm sticking to it. Benjamin says, plus SmackDown going to 3 hours starting on January 30 gives it more time for WWE superstars. Yes, and more time for stories to play out. I can't wait to see what the product looks like on Netflix. I really can't wait to see how they film things. If it's going to be done in like a cinematic way, you know what I mean? Like backstage segments. Or maybe it could just be like it's a PLE and it's all, literally still all the same. But when they shot those trailers and all those vignettes for the previews, they look phenomenal. So shout outs to the production team. Well, Jordan, to be fair, and in Boza's defense, he's not saying it is Charlotte Flair, but he thinks it's Charlotte Flair. And we're all entitled to our thoughts and what we think and our opinions. So, and just because Charlotte hasn't been seen doesn't mean that she's not there. Just ask John Cena. Jeffrey says, if it is Charlotte, I will personally apologize to Naomi on Twitter. Bobby says, recently the Unholy Union, Alba Fire, and Isla Dawn. I don't know why I always say Isla Dawn was on NXT and doing a backstage segment with Fatal Influence. I did see that. And I was wondering too, because I remember last week on SmackDown, I was like, where are these girls at? Where did they go? But there they are. Just when you have questions, the answers are right there. And we are back to our 6-man tag team match. If you're just joining us, this is the Honey Night SmackDown watch along. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Appreciate your energy here. We have the Timu Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga, Jacob Fatu going against Apollo Crews, LA Knight, and Andrade in a 6-man tag team match. And still, we have more to come. We have Bianca Belair and Naomi versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae for the tag team titles. They will be on the line, and a one-on-one match between the one half of the former tag team champions, Motor City Machine Guns, Motor City Machine Guns is Alex Shelley versus Johnny Gargano. And then, of course, we're going to see anything that possibly maybe Kevin Owens would have to say. I can imagine that Cody Rhodes is pretty indisposed right now with the events of Saturday night's main event and being carried out in an ambulance. Couldn't have been pretty. So there's definitely a lot that we're going to be unpacking tonight. Hassan Terrell, thank you so much for joining us. Happy holidays to you, my good sir. Bobby says, I feel like Pretty Deadly needs something. Maybe they could leave SmackDown for Raw. I wouldn't mind them on SmackDown though, because I really want them to get an opportunity at getting a shot at gold again. And I think they would, and I think this go around they would deserve it. They are former NXT tag team champions, and they have the capability. They have the agility. They are charismatic. They're funny. There's a lot riding for them. So I think they should go after some more tag team gold continuing on SmackDown. And I think they're going to probably be somebody that eventually we're going to see DIY go against. So, because we know DIY are currently the tag team champions on SmackDown, and we have the War Raiders as Monday Night Raw Monday Night Raw's tag team champions. And it's really cool because it's basically like Triple H just said, run it back, please. Thank you very much. I love when Andrade does that moonsault. It's so good. Hey, Cindy. What's up, girlfriend? Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Yes, Bobby, I agree. It is nice to finally see Apollo getting that TV time and a lot more often as well. I would say that this is like the second or third week in a row that he's appeared, which is really good. Boza says, I would be shocked if Cody is back for the Rumble. I don't think he'll be at Saturday Night Main Event January 25th in San Antonio. I think he could. I think there's a possibility that he could. Depending on where they're going with this story and depending on what happens tonight, I think we'll be able to see at what kind of timeline Cody Rhodes' recovery really has. Boza says it would be interesting to see if there are moves from the main roster to NXT. Yes, I would like to see some of that too, because I feel like we could use that. Not for nothing. If there, and I'm going to pose the question for you guys in the chat as well. If you guys could pick someone who's on the main roster right now that you feel isn't getting enough love, or we're not seeing too much of, or is just not being able to get to that next level, or if there's someone you want to just see more of, and if you wanted to put them from the main roster to NXT, who would you pick? I know who I would pick we could do one for the men and one for the women's. So you guys let me know who you guys think, and I'll let you guys know my pick in a moment as well. Jacob Fatu is an absolute beast. Cindy says Cody's out with a kayfabe neck injury, but he's doing a Chibi's appearance in the UK. Oh. Well, Cindy, you know why they had to do it. They had to. You know why Cody has to do this?
It happened to happen at WrestleMania. He has to finish his story.
That's what happened. That's why. Because he has to keep finishing that story. Cindy says, I love how they found a way to keep the Winged Eagle title around for a little while. Yep. They're kind of basically giving Kevin Owens the Sami Zayn treatment when he thought he was the rightful Intercontinental Champion during the COVID era. Pretty hilarious. But if there was anybody that I could pick from the main roster right now that they're not doing anything with to move to the main roster for the men, Well, I mean, not that I'm trying to think. Because there's so many stars on the roster. But right away, my brain goes to the main stars. I'll tell you what, Zelina Vega for the women's division going to NXT wouldn't be bad. In this era, I would love a Zelina versus Roxanne, or a Zelina versus Lola, a Zelina versus a Sol Ruka, a Zelina versus Kaylani Jordan, or Cora Jade. I would be here for that. Chad Gable wouldn't be a bad look either. I like that one. Benjamin. I like that one a lot. And BFAB for NXT. Interesting. Very interesting. Cindy says Dakota Kai never did hold the NXT women's title. No, she didn't. And neither did Zelina. Zelina versus Thea Hale. Jeffrey, that's awesome. That would be very, very good. Solo's Ulafala, or Ufalafa, as LA Knight said. Ulafala is losing its colors. That's because it's not the true tribal chief Ulafala. Roman's Ulafala never loses its colors. Boza says Councilman would be the happiest man and filled with the Holy Spirit the day Cody loses. He sure would. And I don't think he'd be the only one. I think I'd be pretty happy about it too. Bobby says main roster wrestlers to the NXT for men's would be Giovanni Vinci. Very nice. That's a good one too. That's a very good one. And for the women's, Maxine Dupree in NXT for the women's North American Championship division. I like these picks, guys. These are really awesome. I dig it. And we're back to the action. Jacob Fatu. Oh, Andrade moved out of the way just in time. He definitely needs to make a tag by now. I smell a hot tag. LA Knight is reaching, and Andrade just needs to get there. I'm not quite sure what happened to Apollo Crews, but he must be outside the ring somewhere. Come on, Andrade. There he is. He makes the tag, and here comes the megastar, Mr. L.A. Knight. Yeah. There goes the yeah kicks to Tamatonga in the corner. Completely busting him. Oop. Clothesline Jacob Fatu. You're not lying, Shinsuke. Cindy-O. I almost called Cindy-O. I called you Shinsuke, girl. Shinsuke is about to rock LA's world with an interference. Yep, definitely. Boza says this is a good match. This is definitely a good match. It looks like they got the upper hand now. Top rope, little frog splash there from Apollo Crews. 1, 2, kick out by Tamatonga. Apollo Crews going for a crossface submission here. Oh my God. Jacob Fatu almost ran over Michael Cole in the announce desk. Up, and there it is. And you see Cindy called it right on the money, girl. Not even seconds later, it happens. And yes, that is our United States champion, Shinsuke Nakamura. Three-time United States champion. Shinsuke with the help. Excuse me, the Timu Bloodline with the help of Shinsuke are able to pretty much end Apollo Crews here. There goes the spinning solo. The Samoan strike. Samoan spike right to the face. 1, 2, and 3. Solo Sikoa and the Timu Bloodline win again, guys. Now, you want to know something crazy, guys? I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm going to acknowledge Solo because that's not going to happen right now. Okay. Hell will freeze over before I do that. But what I will do is say that Solo Sikoa has been doing a great job. I will say he has been doing a great job because, not for nothing, we all talked about it extensively on this show this past year, and taking Solo Sikoa seriously. Considering all the losses that he had under his belt, I think this is pretty much the Solo Sikoa revenge tour, and he's pretty much reminding us not to, consider him a joke anymore, and you need to take him as seriously as you did the first time, just because he lost all those matches. So I think he's pretty much going on his run just to go back at everybody, just to basically return all the wins, or return the losses that he had gained from others. And I respect it. I will say I respect him. That I will say. Cindy says, I told y'all Shinsuke was going to work with the botch line. And stories collide. Christopher Leclerc, good to see you, buddy. Men Apollo Crews and women's Zelina Vega for his picks. Alex Shelley wants to do this alone, he says. So his partner's gonna hang back, because this is a little bit personal now. Johnny Gargano is very good friends with them. Bobby says, I like to see Zelina Vega come to SmackDown and be the next Women's United States champion in 2025. I think that would be pretty awesome too. I think Zelina is very deserving of being a Grand Slam champion. Yes, and we had our finals last week for the tournament. Speaking of the United States Championship, but for the women's, we had that finals match between Michin and Chelsea Green, which was a banger of a match. And can I just say that Chelsea Green, the way you finished that match, how you got to your finisher was absolutely sickening in the best of ways. And I wouldn't mind seeing that again. The way you were able to flip Michin from the top rope over and reverse it and then go into your finisher for the win. You pretty much had everybody hyped. the 1, 2, 3 countdown was probably my favorite. The 1, 2, 3 count was probably my favorite part about it as well, because you were able to have that moment. So shout outs to Chelsea Green and congratulations, because you definitely deserved it. Michin, shout outs to you and props to you, girl, because you definitely almost made it all the way, but you are a champion at heart and you know it. Chelsea Green wins her first title with pictures of her on her costume. I think that's absolutely hysterical. Shout out to my WWT sister, Courtney Rice. She's here. Happy Honey Night SmackDown tonight, doing double duty, watching the Ring of Honor final battle. That's right. That's happening tonight as well. We're going to be, what are we going to do in the beginning of January? We're going to be tired. We're going to be screwed. She called Byron Bryan. Jeffrey says, great match between Michin and Chelsea Green. Both women killed it. Boza says, Mia and Chelsea did a great job at Saturday Night Main Event. Nick Aldis was crying on social media. He tweeted, Lord help us. I can imagine. That's going to be really good. Like, I hope that she pulls her weight around now that she's the United States champion. I wouldn't mind that for her, because that's her gimmick. Congrats to Chelsea Green, says Bobby, and I'm looking forward to seeing anyone go after her belt against maybe if she does an open challenge and we could see NXT girls accept the challenge. That would be cool. That would be an interesting mix there. Boza says Chelsea's already starting. WWE's version of Karen will be a big nightmare. Yeah, I can imagine you're a happy guy about this, but she does deserve this. This has been years in the making. And getting fired and all that and getting injured. Jeffrey says we will never hear the end of Chelsea winning. You know you won't. This is only the beginning. Logan James, thank you so much for joining us. LA Knight showing up. No more loud pop. It depends. If the OTC shows up, you just might get another one. So. Was Cody throwing gang symbols up? What is that? Cody Rhodes received a nasty pile driver at Saturday Night Main Event. When do you guys think he comes back? I want to know from the chat. Bobby says maybe against Soruka and Kehlani Jordan, Lash Legend, and Jada Parker. Seasons Yeetings, y'all. Make sure you cop some cool merch. And speaking of merch, you guys should check out our merch as well.
Hey, yo, you. Yeah, you that's watching this. You sitting on the couch staring at the screen not knowing what you want to do like this is an online college. Are you tired of wearing shirts that make you look like an extra stuck in catering? Do you want to step your wrestling swag game up to the next level? Then Women's Wrestling Talk has got you covered. Like literally. Are you for life in pink or black and white? Or maybe you're the EST and people need to respect you accordingly. Want to put some pride in your stride and show off the muscle in your hustle? Then make sure you check out the WWT store. Not now, but right now. Alright? What you waiting for? Head to www talkpodstore.com and don't make me fight you. Shit.
That's right. The website is www talkpod.com for all that cool merch. And make sure you stay tuned because that website's about to get a little upgrade. And we're going to have some more merch and brand new merch. So please be on the lookout for that, guys, on all things Women's Wrestling Talk, www talkpod.com. And please also go over to All Things Caribbean Wrestling on the socials. They have amazing things going on. They have an event that is coming up, and they also have a new app as well. So make sure you guys are checking them out on the socials, and shout out to them for being such amazing sponsors.
This episode of Women's Wrestling Talk has been brought to you by All Caribbean Wrestling. Catch the wave. Go to allcaribbeanwrestling.com to check out all the latest pay-per-views or go on the YouTube page at All Caribbean Wrestling. Also, go and check out their socials on Instagram at All Caribbean Wrestling and on X at All Caribbean WR1.
That's right, All Caribbean Wrestling, and the website is www talkpod.com. Make sure you guys go to all of those things and check them out. Support the movement, and get some drip. You can look like the team, be part of the team. Cindy says that's Penta's symbol that Cody was doing, considering that was the pile driver. Isn't that the pile driver he does? Interesting. Very, very interesting. The irony in that. Bobby says he thinks it's John Cena, but you can't see him. Boza says, I think if it ain't Pentagon, WWE will have a lot of explaining to do after that Netflix premiere. Jeffrey says that's literally his symbol. Cena does not need some mystical symbol. No, he really doesn't. We know that. We know he doesn't. Cena's never needed that. I can tell you though, once Cena resurfaces, all the superstars are going to be waiting at the door lining up like this.
Oh, would you look at... Oh, wait. Oh, unfortunately.
You're going to want to see everybody fighting this man. John Cena versus everybody in 2025. It'll be absolute pure
cinema.
Oh, yes. Got 'tis the season also for football, baby. Cindy says, I need Cena versus LA Knight. Yes. Cena versus Carmelo Hayes. Yes. Let's see. Who do you guys think, guys? Run through the list. Who do we need to see face Cena? I need Cena versus Uncle Howdy. I need Cena versus Karrion Kross. Logan James says, I think of Chelsea winning women's U.S. champion for WWE, wanting to getting Matt Cardona. I'm not sure I understand what you're saying there, buddy. Do you think you can reiterate that for me and for the group as well? I would kindly appreciate it. Cena versus Trick Williams. Courtney, you stop that, girl. You stop that, girl. That would be crazy. Cousin Ron, thank you for joining us. Cena versus Truth. Actually, I believe Cindy is the one that should be the Cena retirement match. I think it should be. It should give us shades of what happened with Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair, going against his childhood hero and taking him out with the sorry I love you and the pin and everything like that, and giving Cena his moment with R-Truth, because R-Truth's childhood hero is John Cena. How funny would that be? I believe that would be a funny moment. Jeffrey says, every time I see Scott Steiner, I think of his comment on WCW and Samoa Joe. Or excuse me, TNA, he meant. Cindy says, who better to put over Uncle Howdy than the man who put over Bray Wyatt? John Cena. That's a good point, Cindy. John Cena versus Ludwig Kaiser. That's a good one, Bobby. Cousin Ron says, R-Truth retires Cena after a Cena heel turn. Ooh, I don't know. Well, I feel like Cena will turn heel already, but put that NWO shirt on him again. Ooh, bless me. Now, we talked about this on Monday, but that's what I didn't like about the match. Little Nate, Charles Robinson, what the hell was that? What kind of count was that? Your the whole body was half out the ring, and you were counting. You're supposed to be in the ring. I've not like in all my years of watching wrestling, I've never seen a ref do that. It's not like it was a falls count anywhere match either. Cena versus Mello. Yes, somebody did say Cena versus Carmelo Hayes before. Benjamin says Cody will come back around the Rumble. Thank you, cousin Ron. Cindy says we're getting Rock versus Cena 3, or is it 4? Aren't we? I think we should. I think we should, and I think that would be Rock and Cena 3. They it's not 4 because the third match that I think involved the both of them, they were a tag team. Little Nate was tired. Man, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Louis A, thank you for joining us. He can still see his shoulders on the mat. Boza says they didn't show the pushing contest that Triple H got into with Kevin Owens. Yeah, they didn't do that either. Now, how crazy would that be? I mean, I had a thought. I understand the situation that Triple H has dealt with as far as his health scare before and everything like that, and I know he hung up his boots, but I'm just saying, could there be a possibility that we see Triple H go back into a WWE ring? I don't know. I don't know. Kevin Owens speaks, and with that winged eagle belt, not for nothing, seeing Kevin Owens hold the winged eagle belt is crazy. That is pretty wild work right there. Think about if Chelsea mentions her husband on the WWE TV. We've talked about that on the show here too. We've thought about that as well. John Cena versus Grayson Waller definitely has to happen. Cindy says, I need Owens to pile drive Triple H like Austin and McMahon. Paul can't risk his heart for an actual match. You're absolutely right. You got a good point there. But even for a pile driver, whew. Cousin Ron says the greatest belt ever produced in wrestling. See, I think it's a beautiful belt. What do you guys think? You guys let me know. Councilman and I had a debate about this. But if you had to pick out of these two, who are you picking? Are you picking Big Gold or are you picking the Winged Eagle? I want to know. You guys let me know your thoughts in the chat. Shout outs to our viewers as well. Boza says, even if it's a safe match where he can hang it up on his terms, I think that part bugs him that he couldn't retire the way all the wrestlers want to. It does look really good on KO. We got the Grayson Waller effect coming up next with their special guest, that big SOB Braun Strowman. Basically, KO is desperate to be WWE champion. He wants a third crack with Cody Rhodes. The best for me is the Attitude Era WWF title, says Cindy. Bobby says the Eagle belt. I know, but I'm just saying out of those two that I said, if you had to pick one out of those two, which one do you think is better? The Winged Eagle or Big Gold? Councilman's vote doesn't count, says Cousin Ron. Jeffrey says KO says what happens next. It's on Cody, Nick Aldis, and the officials. They're starting to build, I think, Cody versus KO3 at the Rumble with a stipulation. I think it should be with a stipulation, maybe like an I Quit or Last Man Standing or Falls Count Anywhere or Street Fight, something like that. Royal Rumble is going to be Indianapolis, so Big Gold is just so sexy, says Cindy. Big Eagle, says Jeffrey. Cena versus Braun Breaker, Benjamin. That's a good one right there. I like that. Going back to our who would you like to see Cena face this year? Cindy, I own them both, holding a big gold, and I stand on what I said. So we have some big gold and some Winged Eagle belts. I mean, I enjoy this belt. It's one, it's the belt I remember from my childhood as well. So dang, guys, it's already 9 o'clock. Already an hour's gone by. We have one more hour left. For those of you who are just joining us, if you are just in, thank you for joining the Honey Night SmackDown Watch Long, part of Women's Wrestling Talk. We are here for the next hour. We're going into our second the second leg of our show. So far, we have had triple threat tag team action. We've had some interactions backstage. We also have a few matches coming up as well. And I believe we just heard from Kevin Owens and speak on the actions of what he had done on Saturday Night Main Event. And it seems that he wants Cody again, which I'm sure will happen when Cody has fully recovered after this injury. We also saw Drew McIntyre come out and interact with Solo Sikoa. It seems that Solo Sikoa has a bit of an alliance going on because he has Shinsuke on his side. I mean, not necessarily on his side because Shinsuke is technically against LA Knight, being that he is the current United States champion and he took the title from him. But Solo is gaining more friends around the block of SmackDown. Those that, involve Drew McIntyre and Shinsuke are men that are not to be messed with. So I would definitely just look over my shoulder when I'm walking around backstage in the locker room or in that parking lot, because the heels are running it right now, if you ask me. Yeah, Bozo, seriously, time just completely flies, which means we must be having fun. Cindy says, I also love the Undisputed title, the Eddie title. The Eddie title, yeah. Cousin Ron says, don't get me wrong, Big Goldie is easily number 2. Bobby says John Cena versus Joe Hendry. Ooh. Cena versus Randy. And we're getting primed to move to 3 hours. Yep. Bobby spreading all that Christmas cheer and holiday cheer. God, I can't believe all the promos and things we have going on already for wrestling. Like for WWE already. Cena's last time in Toronto for Elimination Chamber. You have the Royal Rumble February 1st. You have the Raw debut on Netflix. And that's just WWE. That's not even including everything else. That's a nice stadium. The Rogers Center in Toronto. Papa John, Daddy Ciampa. I love how Ciampa holds the belt. I love how he's that's all he's wanted, and that's all he's been after since he came to the main roster, and that's gold. I especially when he was the NXT champion and he was the Psycho Killer. I always enjoyed the way he held the title close to his chest. Nobody could have it. I think Tommaso Ciampa's lying. I don't think he's gonna stay right there. I think he's gonna. Wow, look at that picture there. Throwback picture there of Alex Shelley and Johnny Gargano, showing you the history they have. Apparently, they've known each other for about 20 years. 20 plus. And here we go. We got the Grayson Waller effect. Exactly, Jeffrey. Holding it like Goldie. That's exactly the way he used to do it. And he should always hold his titles that way, no matter what kind of reign he has. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Because I say so. When I pop out, they look at these shirts. What is this shirt, Grayson? Grayson Waller in Theory Effect. Not feeling that. It should only be the Grayson Waller effect. You can't sit here, Austin Theory. This isn't your gimmick. They need to split these two out because I'm sick of them. I'm just going to say it straight out. I've been waiting for them to be split. I've been waiting the same. Like, I thought that these two would be split by now, and Fraxium, because I'm sick of them too. And here comes the big man spreading that holiday cheer. Got a Santa hat and Santa jacket on. Got a bag full of goodies. Wonder what's in there. Throwing some t-shirts out. Nice. Oh, cool. Carmelo Hayes, the fact that he even thought that he had a chance to beat Braun Strowman was so laughable. It's like you knew. Like Carmelo.
Go forward. I always enjoy your watch alongs. Thank you, Bobby. I always enjoy you guys hanging with me for my watch alongs. Boza says, while this is going on, glad for Honey that she doesn't have to deal with Logan Paul anymore on Honey Night SmackDown. Listen, I don't think anybody's happier than me. You and me both, honey. They haven't done crap since they lost the WWE Tag Team Championship. Pretty much, yeah. Ever since they lost. And they lost that when? Was it WrestleMania? Hey, Dad. No worries. Hope all is well. 'Tis the season. Fraxium survived Gallus. That says a lot. That says a lot. Jeffrey, tell him how you really feel. Brana Claus. Brana Claus is here. Thanks to everybody at Women's Wrestling Talk for the watch alongs. Thanks to everybody for continuing them during the break. Yeah, we're going to be got a little sporadic shows happening for the next couple of weeks. Boss Lady TK has given us the a couple of weeks off, minus watch alongs. So we won't have any WWT, but we are going to have an award show, and we are going to do another debate. And if you guys remember, the last time we did a debate, it was quite fun, and we did a debate based on the 4 horsewomen, and that would be Sasha Banks, currently known as Mercedes Moné, Bayley, Charlotte Flair, and Becky Lynch. So this time, we are going to be doing a debate on the Shield and who is the best Shield member. Cannot wait for you guys to see what we come up with. So make sure you guys get your debates ready, your facts, and your paperwork ready, because we're going to have a lot to talk about for that debate. And as we're going to rank each member as well, the same way that we did for the 4 horsewomen, we're going to do the same thing for the Shield. And this debate has been a long time coming. So I'm really excited for this one and for the crew. We're also going to have our award show for WWT next week as well. And we're still going to have Monday Night Mayor, Tuesday Night Pharaoh, Wednesday Night Courtney, Friday Night Honey Night SmackDown. So make sure you guys check that out and stay tuned. And we got Carmelo Hayes in the house. He said, "You big Santa Claus bitch." Well, damn. The Braun effect. It would have been funny if his beard was white. I would have liked that. He called Braun a bitch. Like, how dare you? Courtney says, "Yep, she will be doing a watch along. She's confirming the WWT on WWT Live during holiday break. No watch along for AEW Dynamite next Wednesday due to Christmas, but there will be one on January 1st. So you heard it here first, guys. Courtney with the exclusive." Jeffrey says, "I better get my Shield combat gear ready." Listen, you best believe I'm gonna get my army fatigue. I'm gonna get my vest, and I'm gonna have all of my facts ready because I already know who is the number 1 Shield member. And if you don't know who the number 1 Shield member is, then there's only one place that you could be.
You must be sleeping under a rock or something.
Yeah. Roman could say it. Roman said it better than I could. You know what else I wouldn't be mad at though? If only he wasn't the world heavyweight champion right now, and I wouldn't mind him going to NXT against Trick.
Gunter, the ring general Gunter.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all. I wouldn't mind Gunther versus Trick Williams. Put that boy in a clinic. Teach his ass some things. Because I don't know what it is, but that era is slowly dying in certain areas. I love that everybody loves that video. I love that clip. That's a great clip. Shout outs to Dylan. So now we're getting into this situation here. Now I can't wait to I need where's the ladies? We need to get with this situation for the women tonight, because we have Candice LeRae and Nia Jax versus Bianca Belair and Naomi, and it looks like that's going to be the main event, considering that the women's titles are on the line. The women's tag team titles are on the line, but the main event though, what do y'all got planned for this main event? WWE?
I'm gonna fight all these urges, my brother.
I'm gonna try to fight the urge to say what might happen. I don't want to do it.
The FTR match. I saw
Accusations.
These are not accusations. This is
False accusations.
And
Are they? Are they false? Are they not? What's gonna happen? Diane says, "Merry Christmas to you, honey." Merry Christmas to you, Diane. Hope you're doing well. Disgusting Master Rank says John Moxley, formerly known as Dean Ambrose, is the best Shield member. Who do you guys think? Let me know in the chat, guys. I want to know, who is your favorite Shield member? Why? Give me the reasons. Give me all the reasons. I know who mine is.
I'm the tribal chief around here. Yeah, you see me, the tribal chief. That's right.
Like I said, this is going to be a very, very juicy debate, because there's a lot of people that can argue any single one of these men to be the favorite. But
this is bullshit.
They've all had their moments, and they have had different journeys, very unique journeys. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I have to say Roman Reigns. I have to. And I will give all of my reasons why, and I will explain everything when we have our debate. Jeffrey says it was Seth. It was Seth. And this is Jeffrey's words. And Jeffrey and everybody here is entitled to their opinion. There's no right answer. There's no wrong answer. There's only answers and what you think. And what you think is your own. Jeffrey says it was Seth, but it's Roman now because he was the silent type, and you know how that turned out. OTC. Man, I kind of knew that. It's so funny to me because I don't think Roman was always the silent type. He was pretty loud, and he would growl and howl, and he would be very tough. He was very aggressive. Maybe a little extra aggressive, but it was always there. I feel like this version of Roman Reigns, OTC, whatever you want to call him, tribal chief, the moment that he had gotten together with Paul Heyman, that was when I knew that I was going to be getting the Roman I've always wanted to see. And Roman Reigns honestly was my favorite from the very beginning. I looked at Dean Ambrose, I looked at Seth, and I'm like, yeah, Seth's he's definitely up there with the names of like Shawn Michaels and AJ Styles, and very agile athletes. But Roman had that main event factor for me the whole damn time. The whole time. He had the whole look. Even when he was Leaki Anoa'i in NXT when he was just on his own, forget it. Dad says the best Shield member is Nick Fury. Oh wait, that's in the Avengers. Yes, we're talking about WWE's Shield. Who do you guys think? I want to know your opinion, and be ready to have your opinions ready next week, because next week we're going to have a debate on the Shield. Either it's next week or the week after, one of the two. But just stay tuned because we're definitely going to have it. Carmelo Hayes and is literally has Braun Strowman down right now. And nope, he's up. Spoke too soon. Carmelo Hayes was shockingly holding on to this match. Oh my God, did he just pick him up by his hair? Oh my Lord. And still to come, don't forget, stay tuned, guys, because we have Alex Shelley versus Johnny Gargano 1-on-1, and we have the women's tag team titles on the line with Naomi and Bianca Belair versus, who are the defending champs, versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. I wonder where Tiffy time fits in all this. What the hell was that? Oh, Mello, turn around. You're done. Oh, big man out on the ring. What is happening here? Carmelo Hayes is actually in control of this match. Are you about to do what Braun Strowman does? What are you, jogging? What was that? Why did he do that? Did you see the jogging? Oh, Mello. Really? You really try to do a cross body on this specimen? Oh my God, he just slapped him in the face. He's just doing all the wrong things. Hello? Oh, wow. He got counted out. Braun Strowman got counted out because just as Jessica Carr counted to 10, he threw Carmelo Hayes in the ring, and he was aiming to get back in the ring. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. That's stupid. Oh, you talking trash about this big guy? You're gonna have a problem. And he's chasing you now out the ring. That's what you get. Looks like Braun Strowman will not be finished with Carmelo Hayes anytime soon. The same way he was never finished with Roman. Boo, says Courtney. Oh, your birthday's coming soon, Bobby. Nice. My birthday's in April, so I got a little ways to go. So Nia Jax's gonna just do away with Tiffany after all the help that she's given her. Uh-oh. I smell something in the water. I smell shenanigans, y'all. I do. I can't believe they're doing the mean girl thing to freaking Tiffy time. Of all freaking people, the mean girl of all the mean girls. How could they do this? Yep. Cheap victory. Basically, Braun was made to look stupid. Boza says it is stupid. Is this their way to make Braun and Mello a feud? Count out. This is bull. Tiffy looks great. It's always Tiffy time every Friday, says Bobby. Women's match is the main event, and it's going to be quite an exciting main event, especially after that interaction we just saw. I can't wait to see what they do with this. I wonder if Tiffany's going to cost them the title and then cash in on Nia Jax. That'll be a hell of a way to start ending 2024 and on one of the last SmackDowns of the year. That will be crazy. Boza says Princess Candice is desperate to make her and Queen Nia double champs. Nia can't trust Tiffy. She has threatened to cash in on Nia how many times? That is a very good point, Dad. That is a very good point. Yep, your Poison Pixie being a real mean girl here, Courtney. Tiffy should cash in though. I think now would be the time to do it. Especially if they win. She could still take her other title from her, even if they do win the women's tag team titles. I hope we see more of B-Fab in the ring. Same, because I enjoyed her that first time. I don't know what happened. Courtney says, also breaking news on Ring of Honor, Nigel McGuinness is back in the ring taking on Lee Moriarty. Wow. That's crazy. Boza says Princess Candice needs to prepare for her first WWE Speed Women's Championship defense. Michin beat Katana Chance to advance to the finals. Christmas Day, Zelina versus Natalia to see who faces Michin. Interesting. Bobby says she would be a great babyface contender for Chelsea Green. Yes, she would. For B-Fab, right? I think so. I definitely think so. Thank you guys so much. You guys are so great all the time on the comments and everything and interacting with me and hanging with me for these 2 hours. Just make sure you don't forget to stick around because after we're done with this watch along, we're going to do a quick post-show review and pretty much that'll be our night. So I've been having a good time so far. I'm not sure what everybody's weather is like, but it's been really cold. It's like snowing up here. I'm in the tri-state. So the snow has begun over here. the flurries, and it's starting to stick to the ground. It looks quite pretty, actually. I don't mind the snow. I'm just tired of it. When you lived in the tri-state for so long, anything is better than the snow and the cold weather. Jeffrey thinks that Tiffy is going to cost Nia and Candace, and he's calling it right now. Dad says it's nice down here in Florida. Well, good for you, Dad. I'm glad you're enjoying the weather, though. You deserve it. Oh, we're talking New Year's Evil. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Yep, NXT New Year's Evil coming very soon. It's going to be happening in Los Angeles, January 7th, a day after the debut of Raw on Netflix. That's going to be a wild week. That week is going to be freaking exhausting. I don't know if y'all know. Somebody has a sign that says Michael Cole is my tribal chief. LA Night Girl. Oh my God. I think I follow her on socials because I've seen those pictures on my feed. That's so funny. LA Night Girl. Shout outs to her. Oh, Mello running into Legado de Fantasma. Braun Strowman's always chasing somebody backstage. You fell for that, big man. Come on, man. Disgusting Master Rank says sharing your channel. I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe to Women's Wrestling Talk, and like and subscribe to the Wrestling with Honey podcast. It's going to be a new sweet podcast coming up on YouTube for the new year. Can't wait to share my perspective and my thoughts with you all, and my content and all my topics. And we could get into a whole bunch of sweet things and talk about a whole bunch of different wrestling topics or personal topics, whatever have you. Just a way to help you guys get to know me a little bit better. But like and subscribe to the Wrestling with Honey podcast on YouTube as well. And of course, all things wwtalkpod.com. Check out our merch, check out our interviews, all our content. All of us, everything on the socials, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, what have you, Instagram, everything. And here we go. We got the men's one-on-one match coming up. We have Alex Shelley arriving to the ring, and Johnny Gargano will be following suit very shortly. And there's a lot of bad blood here, considering that, DIY pulled what they pulled in order to get these tag team titles. I'm just glad DIY is where they need to be, because I was like, you can't really split them up just yet. It was very clever the way they pulled that off. I respect them more for how they did what they did, as opposed to respecting Eddie Thorpe for doing it the way he did in order for him to get the title match against Trick. So Boza says they're using Fatal Influence to promote New Year's Evil. Shrine Expo Hall is a wedding venue that can do 5K. Interesting. Right after Raw Netflix. It's like, we're going to be exhausted from all the wrestling content that we're going to be absorbing that week from all the promotions. Boza says that 10-day stretch is going to be nuts for content creators like this great channel. But it keeps us going, baby. It keeps us going. Jeffrey says Mello should have did more damage. Dad says, oh, Carmelo's going to get it. And that was definitely a Jericho reference. That weak ass chair shot didn't do anything. Bobby says, I like to see potentially a singles match between Tommaso Ciampa and Alex Shelley or Chris Sabin, which I'm sure that will be happening next week once this match is finished. I'm sure they'll, they got to get through fighting each other solo. Or maybe Johnny Gargano will go after both of them and Ciampa will just hang back. These two, 20 plus years in the business and on the road together, friends turned foes. Road to WrestleMania in Europe 2025. Jesus, Lord have mercy. Johnny Gargano looking to take control in this match. Alex Shelley is down. Pretty much slowing down the momentum of Alex Shelley. Got him in the corner. A little hard left. Taking down Alex Shelley with some kicks. As I say, ref, get in there. You don't want to get... Come on now, Johnny. Don't get counted out. You're Johnny Wrestling. Oh. Neck breaker off the rope there by Alex Shelley. So he was able to reverse, change the momentum up again. And he's going again for that left arm that seems to be bothering Gargano. He keeps, keeps trying to shake it off very gingerly. All right. Well, Alex Shelley picking up the momentum in this match here. Johnny's down. Not a good look for Mr. Johnny Wrestling. But again, guys, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful holiday and a happy Friday. And if you are just joining us again, this is the Honey Night SmackDown watch along with Women's Wrestling Talk. Make sure you like and subscribe to all of our socials, all things Women's Wrestling Talk or wwtalkpod.com. Like and share this video. Let your friends know. We're a pretty cool group here, and we pretty much love all the support you guys give us. So quick shout out to you guys. And again, I'm just going to make sure you don't forget, you might want to grab some of this merch before it comes off the website, because there will be new merch arriving.
Hey, yo, you. Yeah, you that's watching this. You sitting on the couch staring at the screen not knowing what you want to do like this is an online college. Are you tired of wearing shirts that make you look like an extra stuck in catering? Do you want to step your wrestling swag game up to the next level? Then Women's Wrestling Talk has got you covered. Like literally. Are you for life in pink or black and white? Or maybe you're the EST and people need to respect you accordingly. Want to put some pride in your stride and show off the muscle in your hustle? Then make sure you check out the WWT store. Not now, but right now. Alright? What you waiting for? Head to wwtalkpodstore.com and don't make me fight you. Shit.
Yep. And we're back. Thank you guys so much for joining us here for our Honey Night SmackDown watch along. I am your hostess, the Queen Bee of WWT, the sweetest ooze, Wrestling with Honey. And we are here usually every Friday doing our Honey Night SmackDown Watch Along. We are going to be doing this next week as well. We also have an award show for WWT coming up real soon, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that, as well as our Shield debate. That's right, we are going to be doing a debate based on the 3 members of the Shield. And if you don't know who they are, you know them now. Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. Make sure you guys get all your facts and all your points ready and get ready for a good debate next week. That Nosferatu movie looks pretty damn scary. I'm not gonna lie. Back to the action. Friday Night SmackDown. We got Johnny Gargano and Alex Shelley 1-on-1. And of course, for our main event, we have women's tag team titles on the line. We have Nia Jax versus Candice LeRae, and they are the challengers for the women's tag team champions. Bianca Belair, along with Naomi, filling in for Jade Cargill. And we still don't know who attacked Jade. Cousin Ron says Seth is the best Shield member because who doesn't like a workhorse? That's a good point. There's many points we could make as to why any 3 of these men could be the better Shield member. But we're going to debate about who our favorite is, why, the statistics behind it, and also rank them according to our scores and our votes. So make sure you guys hang around for that. And we're also going to have a WWT award show. So pop out in your best dressed and make sure you guys hang with us for the award show. We're going to have a ton of cool categories set for you guys to vote on. It should be quite fun. These 2 are putting on a clinic, huh? Alex Shelley with the pin, kick out by Johnny Gargano. Nice right hand there by Gargano. I don't know what Alex Shelley was about to do, but he definitely tried to reverse the situation. Nice kick there. Gargano with a super kick to Alex Shelley right in the mouth. Snake Eyes in the middle corner in the second turnbuckle there. Holy crap. Johnny Gargano with a little crossface here. Oh, of course, there had to be something. There was the cheap shot from Johnny Gargano. Alex Shelley was able to capitalize. Did Alex Shelley actually hit his head in the turnbuckle? Is he bleeding? Oh, yeah. I think he is. Oh, Tommaso Ciampa's there. After Gargano told him not to. Oh, of course, here comes the other half of the former tag champion. Chris Sabin going after Ciampa. Meanwhile, we have a crossbody here by Alex Shelley. Oh, Gargano was able to capitalize and he won the match one-on-one. A little sneak win right there. Sneaky win for Johnny Gargano, which is unusual for Mr. Wrestling. That is very, very, very unusual. Disgusting master rank. I understand the compliment, but I'm a married lady. Jeffrey says Johnny has a handful of the tights. Yeah, he completely cheated. That was a total ripoff. And now, of course, I think we're going to see next week Tommaso Ciampa versus Chris Sabin, because it's only right. It only makes sense. That was a very good match, though. I agree, Bobby. I knew I didn't watch that press conference for a reason. Why does Naomi claim a tag title without actually winning it? So it technically wasn't Naomi's claim. This came from the pretty much the general manager. It came from Nick Aldis. This was Nick Aldis's rule, because he was gonna have Bianca be forced to forfeit the titles if Jade couldn't fulfill her duties since she's not around due to injury. But Naomi stepped in and stepped up, and Bianca agreed to it. So this was their choice, but it was also because they didn't want to lose the titles. So she's holding it down for her sisters, as she should. Oh man, this Raw on Netflix is gonna be nuts. Yeah, thank you, Jeffrey. Basically evoking the free bird rule. January 6th is about to be so crazy, guys. All these matches on the card. I hope this is 3 hours. I really hope it's 3 hours. CM Punk versus Seth freaking Rollins finally happening January 6th for the debut on Netflix. I cannot wait for that match. I can't wait to do predictions for this show. Thankfully, it's on a Monday because that's when we will be returning for WWT Live. We will be returning for January 6th. So make sure you guys stay tuned and hang out with us for that night because it's going to be a lot of fun. Dad says they used to strip titles if both couldn't defend. They let the New Day get away with it always. Well, when you're in a trio, I guess there's different rules. And here we go. You see Bianca holding both belts, though? She has one around her waist and on her arm, but Naomi's not holding one. Oh, she was going to give her the belt to hold it, but Naomi said, no, I don't want to hold it. Not until I earn it. That's fair. That's fair. And that's great sportsmanship, sportswomanship for sure. Well, I already know who designed the costumes tonight, Bianca. Naomi wants to earn it, you mean? Good evening, Brett Flores. Everyone, how's everyone doing today? My name is Brett Flores. This is my first time subscribing to your channel. I'm from Arizona. Thank you for joining us. We are Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet, and this is our Honey Night SmackDown watch along. So if you're tuned in to SmackDown on USA, this is definitely the place you want to be, because especially now we have our main event for the women's tag team titles. We have Bianca Belair and who's the EST of WWE and one half of the tag team champions. We got her along with Naomi, who is filling in for Jade Cargill due to injury. And these two have had quite the history this past year. Due to the fact that Jade Cargill got attacked, Nick Aldis was going to tell them to pretty much forfeit the titles. And Naomi has stepped up to the plate in defense of her friends to help out and keep the tag team titles in the big 2 out of 3's hands. So until we wait for Jade, this is what we're going to have to do. Well, not do, but we're going to have to respect and pretty much see where they go with this storyline. Because I don't know why, but I smell something in the water, guys. I smell something happening between the chemistry for lately going between Nia Jax and Candice LeRae and Tiffy Time, and then also with the everything being deterred for the big 2 out of for the big 3 because of Jade Cargill being injured. There's so much distracting us from the fact that there's a big story here at play. Big story here. I'm sure they did, Jeffrey. Aaron Teagle, thank you for joining us. Happy December 20th. Are you ready for Christmas and are you ready for 2025? I am so ready. So ready. Lots of cool things in the works. Dad says, okay, I like what Naomi did there. Respect. Unless Naomi was the one who attacked Jade. Then there's that. We won't know. We don't know, guys. We won't know until someone confirms it. Bobby says it's still nice to see the Poison Pixie Candice LeRae getting TV time. However, I still miss her with Indy Hartwell. I miss her too. I really do. I miss Indy Hartwell. Shout outs to Indy. Christmas time is almost here, guys. The holidays are here. A new year is upon us. And so much more is going to be happening. We have a new year, new WWE, new promotions. A lot of promotions, having a lot of their new shows next year or their pay-per-views coming for the new year. Let's see. We also have our shows as well. We are taking a break from WWT Live for a couple of weeks. We will resume on January 6th when Monday Night Raw debuts on Netflix. There will also be that watch along for Monday Night Mayor. So make sure you guys tune into that. There will be a watch along for Tuesday Night Pharaoh next week as well. There will also be an award show. No, as confirmed by Courtney in the chat earlier today, there will not be a Dynamite watch along, but they will be one January 1st. So make sure you guys tune in to all that. We're going to have our award show. We're also going to have our debate on the Shield members. So make sure you guys tune in. Make sure you guys tune in and hang with us for all that good stuff. This AEW booking on SmackDown. No, I'm just helping my sister out and promoting her watch along as well, because I'm a team player and I love my team. Bobby says, will you still be doing a SmackDown watch along next week? I believe I will. If duty doesn't call in the honeypot, I will absolutely be available next Friday. So until further notice, I'll let you guys know. But I will also be popping up for their watch alongs as well. Got to make some time for the crew, especially Monday. We got a lot going on, especially with the Miz and Dexter Loomis, or AKA Mercy the Buzzard, going one-on-one, which I cannot wait. I'm excited. Ooh, my nose is itchy. Cousin Ron says, I still think Mia Yim can come back to gain the U.S. title. Oh, absolutely. Hands down. She could definitely be a potential title holder. Like, she's definitely one that's on the come up. And here we go. Here come the challengers. We have the Queen of the Ring, SmackDown Women's Champion, Nia Jax, along with the Poison Pixie, her new sidekick, Mrs. Wrestling, Candice LeRae. Joe says no, Nia is the WWE Women's Champion and she's in a match with the tag champs. Well, let's not forget there's also a Miss Princess Tiffy time walking around with a Money in the Bank briefcase that she won earlier this year. So, who's to say Nia will be the women's champion for long? AEW usually books champion versus champion. WWE usually doesn't do this. I mean, well, they had a possibility where we could have had Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill during the Queen of the Ring tournament earlier this year, and they were both tag team champions and holding the titles at the time. So they might be just switching it up. One fall. Work, Alicia. Shout outs to Alicia Fox. I mean, not Alicia Fox. Oh my God. I can't believe I called her that. Alicia Taylor. Nia Jax, obviously, with a great reception. All right, well, it's 9:47. So they're going to give us like 1 or 2 minutes, and then they're going to give us a commercial, and then we need to get to this ending. SmackDown is literally on the cusp of literally like 10 minutes left. We have 13 minutes. Women's tag team championships are on the line. Not for nothing. I understand and I definitely respect Naomi and what she did even more. The fact that she wouldn't hold the titles until she earns it, because of the fact, let's not forget, her and Sasha walked out with the tag team titles. Like, they walked out. And that was the last time she held those titles. So how crazy is it that it's full circle? Bobby says Elektra Lopez and Blair Davenport will be great contenders for United States Women's Championships. I agree. Courtney says, happy to see my Poison Pixie in the main event spot, and can't forget about Princess Tiffy. Yep, and speaking of, there you say her name and she appears. Boza says SmackDown will definitely benefit from a third hour. This will be the Big Three's hardest defense. You think so? I think that I don't know. They had a pretty hard defense when it came to the Meta Girls. Oh, damn, Naomi. I mean, Nia, Jesus. Naomi was going for a move that kind of looked like the X Factor that X-Pac used to do. But Nia ended that real quick with a headbutt mid-air. And you know, them Samoan headbutts. Bobby says, it's like if we say Joe Henry's name, he could appear again in WWE. Listen, man, my call is Joe Hendry appearing at the Royal Rumble. That's what I want. I want Joe Hendry number 30 at the Royal Rumble. I would be here for that. It would be perfect.
Cinema.
It would. Candice LeRae now is in the ring taking control of the situation, and she's dominating Naomi. Bianca trying to get the crowd a little hyped, try to bring some life to the crowd so they get some motivation going for Naomi. So far, it's working. Naomi with an arm drag. Candice LeRae pulling the hair. Watch the hair, girl. And here comes the queen, Nia Jax. And Nia Jax pretty much continuing what Candice LeRae had started. Oh, Nia tried to go through with a body slam there. Great ring awareness by Naomi to be aware of the fact that Candice LeRae was going to try to come at her. Good takedown by Naomi. She's struggling, but she's fighting through it. You got to respect it. She needs to earn this tag team title. There we go. Got the tag to the Poison Pixie and a tag to the EST. And I'm sorry, Courtney, but your Poison Pixie is about to take the shit end of the stick on this one. Because ain't no stopping the EST once she's getting going. And she is picking things up in this match. Business is picking up. Oh. Nice takedown by Bianca there. I did see a tag there, but I don't think Bianca knows that Nia Jax is actually the legal woman. Oh, she knows. Ah. Samoan drop. Here comes the pin by Nia. 1, 2, 3. Kick out by Bianca. We're still in this. Big 2 out of 3 is still in this. Bobby says, I'd like to see Joe Hendry in the men's Royal Rumble match and women's Royal Rumble match. I'd like to see Masha Slamovich and Jordan Grace again as well. Me too. Jeffrey says Jordan Grace will definitely be in the Rumble too, and it probably won't happen, but I think I want AJ Lee in it. Michael Cole did mention her at the Netflix kickoff as the wife of CM Punk. Man, if that girl shows up at 30, I'm gonna lose my shit. I will straight up lose my shit. I will throw something. Nia Jax getting a little spicy with the ref there. And now Bianca looks like she's struggling a bit. Always using that hair. Leave my girl's hair alone. And of course, Nia with the ref distracting. Can't see. I guess you could say that Nia and Candice LeRae are pretty much showing good teamwork so far. How's Bianca gonna get out of this? Nia's just completely suffocating her. Bianca trying to find a way out of the maneuver. Oh, there we go. Got some separation. Oh my God, Bianca, you're going for a suplex? Girl. After all of that? We got another tag here. Candice LeRae getting back in. Got some teamwork here. Drop kick off the top rope. Takes out Naomi with a cheap shot. Oh, that's a kick out. Thank you very much, Bianca. Candice looking real frustrated right now. She wants to do everything she can to please her queen. What's up, Brandon Stevens? Thanks for joining us. Welcome back. Bobby said AJ Francis would be dope too. You don't play the sound. I've seen other watch along channels that play the sound. What sound? I'm not sure what sound you're talking about. Jeffrey says Nia and Candice do work well together. They are so far so good. Oh, a little mishap there. A little mishap there. She hit Candice LeRae by accident. And Bianca just went for the tag, and here comes Naomi. Oh, look at the family members. Face plant to the ring right there by Naomi. 1, 2, kick out again by Nia Jax. Guys, we got 4 minutes. What is going to happen in these 4 minutes? Come on, Naomi. Here we go. Finish it up. Wrap it up. Oh, she missed the moonsault. Damn it. Oh, no. She's in the corner. That's not a good look. Oh, man. Here we go. Nia's going for the bonsai drop. Oh, she pushed Nia, made her bump her head on the post. Oh, my God, Naomi. Girl. Oh, Nia's bleeding. She really hit her head. Five-star splash right there. My God. By Bianca Belair. And Candice was able to break the pin. 3 minutes, y'all. Uh-oh, who's coming? Tiffy time is here. Tiffy's by the ring. She's walking out to the ring. Coming out to show some support. Uh-oh, Tiffy's here, guys. You saw how everybody stood up? Uh-oh, Bianca. Candice got the pin. Oh, Naomi just broke it. Here we go. Here we go. Finish it up. Wrap it up. Time to go home. Go home show. Go home, wrap it up. Let's go. EST with the tag. Oh, the ref didn't see the tag. Oh, shoot. Oh, my God. Candice LeRae went for the roll-up, but nope. Naomi, big knee. Come on, moonsault. Candice LeRae. She's going for the pin. 1, 2. Big 2 out of 3 retains the Women's Tag Team Championship. And Bianca Belair and Naomi have done it. They have done their due diligence. And I love to see it. I'm so happy. These beautiful, beautiful women, these beautiful athletes, killing it, main eventing. There you go, Naomi. Full circle. Full circle. This is the first time she's holding that title since she walked out with Sasha. That's a big moment. This is a big deal. Well done, ladies. Well done. Great match. Very well done match. But Tiffy caused the distraction. This is not going to be good. Crazy. And still your champions. Wow. Yes. Beautiful picture. Love that. So good. That was a good smack. That was a very good ending. That was a great ending. I'm down with that. I can get on board with that. I'm cool with it. Are you guys cool with it? Because I'm cool with it. And that pretty much wraps up our evening as far as the watch along goes. Because don't worry, we're going to be doing a quick review post show. So make sure you guys stick around and stay tuned. I'm going to end this stream and hop into another one. So make sure you guys join me there. But thank you so much for watching along with me for our Honey Night SmackDown watch along as part of Women's Wrestling Talk. And I will see you in the post show in a moment.
Thanks for joining WWT. Don't forget to like us on all social media platforms at WWTalkpod. Like and subscribe on all video and audio platforms like yesterday, my G. And check out our website at www talkpod.com. Thanks for watching Women's Wrestling Talk, the #1 women's wrestling network on the planet.